Welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Jason
and Kelly, or not Kelly,
Eric.
You know that you're half dwarf, right?
I think
What if I'm
Eric,
the Brad Pitt of dwarf kind?
Kelly, his wife, fucked it a lot.
What's up, guys? It's Steve. I had hair when I was younger.
Like, watch this, guys. I'm gonna totally make them do it. Oh!
You'll see us in here in a second.
What's up, guys? It's Steven Happy Gaming, and welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I am joined by
Eric.
Kelly.
and Rick.
This week we watched and Stanley. This week we watched Ricky Stanicky, directed by Peter Farrelly, written by Jeffrey Bushnell, Brian Jarvis, and James Lee Freeman, starring Zac Efron, John Cena, and Andrew Santino. IMDb synopsis: when three childhood friends pull a prank that goes wrong, they invent the imaginary Ricky Stanicky to get them out of trouble. 20 years later, they still use the non-existent Ricky as a handy alibi for their immature behavior. What do you guys think?
I was kind of disappointed. I thought there was going to be some crazy hijinks where it was just like, you kick the guy out. That's enough. Get out of here. Like, we're done with you. Get out of our lives. And then he does something heroic and, saves the day or whatever. But it wasn't really quite like that. I was like, dang it. Because even though it's like been done several times, it's still kind of funny. You know what I mean?
It kind of built to that what you would think it would be too. Like it built to that style of ending there, and it didn't do it. So, yeah. So, I thought John Cena did a pretty good job. He was funny. This fucking weird, fucking
His songs.
Yeah, what was it? Rock hard rod or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like
I'm going to tell you right now, this movie was made for Eddie Murphy, and it's a fucking shame that he wasn't the guy.
Oh, God, man, he would have been great.
He could have done that
awesome.
without the trying to get the masturbation jokes.
Yeah.
And it would have just crushed that role. John Cena did pretty good, a lot better than I thought he would have.
Yeah.
It's just, it wasn't like Jim Carrey or Eddie Murphy level.
Well, you really shouldn't expect much from a wrestler,
I don't know. We've had some
Well,
pretty
I mean, if
decent
they're gonna
actors
have
out of
him.
wrestlers lately. So
Yeah.
I think John Cena's done a pretty good job.
He's a good
Batista's-
actor.
Yeah, Batista's done a good job. Rock's done pretty good. So
Yeah.
it's a lot better than what we had back in the day when you'd had fucking brother going around, and being basically
Yeah,
the same dude every time he was in
Hulk
a
Mom
movie.
or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
And he's
Oh
just
my
like,
God.
I'm going to kick your ass, brother. And so he's like
Yeah.
yelling at a little kid.
Yeah.
Actually, that would have been more entertaining than what it ended up being.
It's true. Yeah.
He was good in Rocky, though. I don't
Yeah.
know if you've seen that one, but he was pretty good in that one. But he just played his normal character, so
Just played himself.
yeah,
He's like Macho Man and fucking Spider-Man. Played himself.
pretty much, yeah. That shit was really funny.
Oh man.
You're
Yeah.
mine. I mean,
Yeah.
I think Andrew Santino is going to end up having a good career ahead of him.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, they would have been better off having fucking Bobby Lee be the Ricky Stanicky part.
Yeah.
That'd have been fucking funny. Yeah.
Because Bobby Lee is fucking hilarious.
no idea who
And
that
he
even
did
is,
just
so-
like he can fool you.
Yeah. That'd have been funny as fuck.
God, I wish they'd have the balls to have what's his name do his Asian accent too, like making fun of him. Oh man, that would be good.
No, you're too
Oh man.
Bobby
I need a
Lee, the
time
guy that's
machine.
always on the fucking talking to Joe Rogan.
No, he's been on Joe Rogan one time in 30 years.
No, he's got his own podcast and he talks to
He has his own
Santino.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Andrew Santino does a hilarious Asian accent to Bobby Lee, and it's really funny because it's one of the best Asian accents that you're going to hear out of a non-Asian person or a a person who didn't grow up speaking an Asian language. There, I nailed that.
There you go.
Whew.
I don't know how Bobby Lee hasn't made it on Dave too. Like did he have any episodes there? Because like Andrew Santino's there. Those guys are fucking great together. Maybe they just didn't want to like mess up the Dave and Lil Dicky and Santino thing going, but plus like Santino's like supposed to be like the fucking what do you call that? God damn, I forgot the
Straight
name of it.
man.
Straight man. There it is. Yeah. In that whole thing. So
They need to knock that off. That guy can get nuts.
yeah.
They need to just let him fly.
I mean, he was kind of that in this too. He didn't even get to go crazy, that crazy
No.
in here. So
I want to see him and oh my god, I can't. Will Sasso
yeah,
do stuff because Will Sasso is really fucking funny, and they're buddies, and they could do funny stuff as buddies, and that would be the bomb. It'd be so much better than. I don't know. It just seems like if you had comedians write it, I wish they would just get to pool their money and just make the movie themselves. Low budget the thing, but have it be funny.
yeah,
And they'd make a crap load of money because that's all it's going to take is one movie to get through all the crap. And once that happens, once one like goofy, over the top movie gets through and everybody likes it, as long as the movie companies don't decide that they're all going to pay all their reporter buddies to, or however that works, to unanimously declare it to be racist or whatever stupid thing, if everybody likes it, they'll stop it. They'll stop the crap. And then we'll have the 90s again, which will be awesome.
man. The last thing that I see Will Sasso like movie wise, it's like some movie called The Throwback. Never heard of it.
That's
Like he's like in some TV shows and stuff like that. He was in Young Sheldon and stuff, but yeah, not doing
well, that's
anything.
too bad.
Yeah.
I don't think he's getting hired for anything. There's a problem with him.
Yeah.
I don't think you're allowed to say it, but yeah, we all know what it is.
Yeah, he's bald. Yeah,
There's a fucking bald guy, and they hate baldies.
Son of a
he's
bitch.
Disgusting baldists.
Motherfuckers. I will not stand for this.
They're
he's too funny.
hairists.
You know, who knows?
Terrorists.
They definitely have a name for that. I just don't know what it is.
Oh, I'm sure there is. Let's see, looking it up. All I heard was typity type
He's
type.
like, I actually should know this because now I can use it at work for why I didn't get a
Right?
promotion.
No, I was
Boom,
actually
got
looking
him.
up other movies Andrew Santino's been in, because I've literally seen him in the podcast, this movie, and Dave.
He's in a Kevin Hart movie.
Is
I
he?
don't remember the name of it. Yeah.
Me Time.
He was the
Yeah,
guy that
that's it.
told. What was that?
Me Time.
Oh, He was the guy that sold Andy his boat on The Office.
That's true.
Okay. Yeah. He should be in more stuff too. It's funny as fuck.
The fucking idea of making up a person, I wish I would have thought of that.
No
way think it your would mom be would have believed
believed
hard
that
that
shit.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah.
My mom's bullshit detector is too high.
Also, it just kind of comes down to the fact, like, even if you did have a friend named Ricky Stanicky, and he did a bunch of shit, you still would have been.
Wouldn't get me
blamed
out of
for
any
it.
trouble.
That's the
Oh,
thing.
yeah, that's
You still would
true,
have been
yeah.
blamed for it. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you know, like,
Well, you
Your mom
should have
was like-
stopped him.
Yeah. Your mom's like, why are you blaming Ricky for that shit? You know you did it, you bastard.
pretty much, yeah.
To be honest, that's about how bad it is.
Well, okay,
When
so
we
the
were
thing is,
kids, if I came up with the idea and deserved the punishment, I got it. And if my brothers did it and I didn't stop them, I got punished. I got it both ways, and it was extremely frustrating because I tried one time. I was like, I know, I'll beat them up and stop them from doing their thing. That didn't go over well.
Never does.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I thought that for sure would have been okay because she told me to not let them do stupid stuff. And here they were going to do a dumb one.
I mean, well, the thing
because you
is, like,
Go
they,
ahead.
they didn't go. They didn't pull through with it enough to be like are you telling me there's not a mom going, well, what does he look like? I've never seen him. Like, are all these moms just dumb, have their head in their butts? Are they drinking too much wine? Or I mean, what? Like,
Oh, are you trying to
not
accuse
being-
them of Linda Belchering all of it?
I have no idea, but like that just would not fly as me as a mom, as me as a person. Like I'd be like, you've been with this friend for 20 years, so there's not a single picture.
I've
You know,
never
like,
met him
there's not-
once.
Yeah.
I've
Kelly
never
would have
seen
internet
him.
stalked everybody
Yeah.
and be like,
Like,
"There's not one
Where the
picture
fuck
of
is
this
he
guy."
in your fucking school
Bullshit.
yearbook? Like, he's not in there.
Well, that makes sense at least.
Like,
Okay,
you know,
like you only are in the yearbook in the picture area if you bought parents or if you went to picture day. Like
Yeah.
Eric only has 2 pictures out of my 4 yearbooks of all 4 years because he only had pictures from 2 of the years. But he went to at least a little bit of all the senior
a little bit of it.
high school years, right?
Mhm.
High school's
so
overrated.
that makes sense. But you know,
How do I
like
get over there?
who is his parents? Like you would know. I mean, small town for sure. You could not pull it off. Everybody
no.
sticks their nose in everything.
No,
So a bigger
everyone knows
city,
fucking
yeah,
everyone.
you could. But I don't know. I think it'd
Yeah.
be really hard to pull off that whole time. And then like, but keeping their book full of like the you know
Oh yeah, that's genius.
the log, like that's really good. Like, oh, I said this. Okay, write it down. Like you do got to do it right away because one little lie can mess up.
Yeah,
big
until you
time.
have a snoopy fucking parent that goes and finds it. You
Right?
know? So
Poor Stan. Poor Stan. He doesn't
No.
realize the world of hurt that he's going to be in. I mean, waiting
And I'm
for
going
it.
through his stuff.
You know what I
thinking,
found in your
Oh.
son's room? And I'd be like,
But if
I
it's
don't
in
care.
if it's like in his pockets or something that I have to wash because I have to empty them. If there's something in there, then
Oh, yeah,
that's not
that's
me
just
sleeping. That's me
sloppy.
doing the stuff.
Mhm,
That's like,
mhm.
yeah. See what I'm saying?
Well, see, that's kind of the downside of like growing up in like, you know, the age of smartphones and devices and everything like that. They're like,
Yeah.
I mean, like
There's no mystery to the world anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, also the fact that like a lot of like your embarrassing childhood antics are preserved forever now. Whereas like when we're growing up, they're like that solely depends on people that were there remembering it and bringing it up.
And,
at the
and
most
there's no
opportune
proof.
time.
It's not like somebody videoed Ricky picking up the dog turd with his bare hand.
It wasn't a bare hand. I had a goddamn plastic bag. You son of a bitch.
Oh, it was Ricky Stanicky that did it, and we all know that. Right?
Yeah,
you
it was
motherfuckers.
Randy Stanicky, his cousin,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and he
Uh-huh.
picked it up barehanded, and then Ricky found a bag.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
it-
anyways, like
it
nobody videoed that, which is
It-
good because you know.
That's evidence. I don't need that.
Yeah.
It kind of seemed like in the story, like Zac Efron's parents didn't seem like they were very involved in anything. The way he was talking,
They were
about
involved in
them.
beating his ass.
Yeah. So like they
Which, I
probably
mean,
didn't give two shits about who the Stanicky
but
was.
to be fair, that was like how most parents were simply involved back in the day. You know, it was like, get the fuck out of my house, don't come back home till the streetlights come on, don't get the cops called on you, and when you fuck up those rules, you get the shit beat out of you. I mean, that was pretty
gotta
much
say,
the parenting style, you know?
I think it might have actually been a better parenting style because those kids never needed safe spaces.
No,
They just did
no.
their shit and were fine.
I
They
mean,
weren't in
honestly-
college crying about fucking anything at all.
No, I mean, honestly, most
They
of
were
us
crying because they
fucking-
drank too much water and their asshole blew out.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
honestly,
what
most of us were raised in the woods. You know what I mean? At least up here,
Yeah.
you know, because we lived in the woods. Most of us were raised in the woods because we were told, like, the moment we got up, like, get your shit on, get the fuck out of my house, and don't come home until the fucking streetlights turn on. Okay.
My dad would say, "Don't kill yourself,"
Yeah.
or "Don't get hurt." One or the other. He'd tell me to not hurt myself because I was a good big brother. I would try the dumb scheme first. Because then, if the little brother got hurt, I could just claim it was a skill issue.
Exactly. Uh-huh.
I did it. It was fine. You know? Luckily, I am highly unskilled at doing dangerous stuff. So every one of my schemes, I just ended up beat up a little bit of a ding here and there, and it was fine.
Yeah, well, I mean,
You
look
know?
at you. I mean, it takes quite a bit to ding you up. I mean,
I gotta say, out of the three of us, it was good to have me as a test subject because,
yeah.
like, Robert broke
Yeah.
his arm if falling out of the rope the same place I did.
No?
I didn't get hurt though, because
Well,
my
no.
arms are built Ford tough. Sometimes you got to push me up the road because I won't go anymore, but I'm still in one piece.
True.
Not like a Toyota.
No. Well, I mean,
Actually, that's a bad example.
well, I mean, that's
Not
the whole
like a
thing.
Fiat.
Is like you break whatever you hit. Whatever you hit doesn't break you. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of how that goes. You know. I mean, I swear
I'm
to God,
just lucky.
like if a tree fell on you, the tree would split in two, and you'd be like, "What the fuck was that?"
No, I had a
Hello.
tree fall on me. It didn't split in two. It just shoved me. It just broke the ground with me a little bit, and then I was okay.
And kind of just buried you in the ground like an old fucking school cartoon.
Yeah, pretty much. It just pushed me down this hill and then plowed dirt with me. I got lucky there wasn't anything real hard there. The big man upstairs was really looking out for me that day. He was like, "Holy shit, you're a real dummy, but we'll let you survive this one."
Well, if you're gonna
That
be
was
dumb,
like
you
the
gotta
last,
be tough.
second to last tree I ever cut down. So,
Well, yeah,
by hand, anyways.
yeah.
Then I got in the machine and was like, "Guess what, bitches? I'm back. You're not getting away from me now."
So this movie went from in 2010 for Ricky Stanicky. It was 2010 James Franco. He dropped out. Then Joaquin Phoenix, which is like, what the fuck would that have been?
Oh, that would have been great.
It would have been weird.
Was he Ricky Stanicky?
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
the people that would have been Ricky Stanicky.
He's a good actor, dude. He could have done
He
it.
is. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a Joaquin Phoenix role.
Hell no.
Maybe back in 2013.
Would have been a
or
dark
2014.
comedy.
Yeah. Then Phoenix dropped out. Then Jim Carrey went in. They didn't ever get the production started, so he dropped off. And then Nicolas Cage was put on there. Once Nicolas Cage was put on there, fucking studio wanted to add action shit in there, and they were denied. So Nicolas Cage dropped out, and then it didn't start up again until 2010 or 2021, and that's when they put.
See, so this thing was pretty much like trying to start for 10 fucking years.
Yeah.
Before they finally fucking just like get John Cena and his big dick in here, and the movie will fucking go through. And they're like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, honestly, I'm surprised they don't have a fucking naked scene in there for that very fucking reason.
God damn it.
Fucking just half the movie is just John Cena fucking plowing the Grand Canyon fucking with his giant dick.
Ricky's watching different John Cena movies than we are, I think.
Yes, he is.
What?
There's some Rule 34 John Cena in there. Ricky's been looking at that the AI good shit.
What are those titles? I
I was
mean,
gonna say that. So it's like, where are you finding these at?
Kelly's got to do some
like
research.
just for research purposes. Okay, like not like I'm into that, you know, just for research purposes though, you know what I mean? Like, you know, so I know what to avoid.
Exactly.
You know?
You gotta keep Kelly steered clear of that stuff.
God damn it.
Yeah, I had never fucking heard of this movie at all, so.
Honestly, I thought he was just making something up when he said the movie.
You just thought it was made. I mean, it does sound made up because it is a made up
Yeah,
name.
that's why I just thought he just
Right?
kind of just didn't have a pick, and he's like, "Fucking Ricky Stanicky, man!" Like, there we go. Because honestly, like, they did a good job at naming that character. Because that does sound like a name that some little fucking kids would just pull out of their ass
oh,
randomly.
for sure.
You know
Well, they were
what
gonna use
I
that
mean?
one kid's last name. That's my last name. It's like, we'll still use it. It's like, no.
Yeah, you know. So it's.
I
just-
gotta
yeah.
say, they did better than me. I would have been like, yeah, his name's Randy Dickhard. They'd be
Randy
like,
Dickhard,
Man,
Bro, no.
John Cena wouldn't have had to change his name much.
He wouldn't have.
No.
Yeah,
no.
not at all. Fucking God.
Yeah.
They could have done more like things from their childhood and showed it too. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
you
see,
know
that
they're
was
really
like my
characters.
whole thing there. That's why so like starting out in the movie there, like seeing this whole thing go off there, I was like, okay, like this could be funny because it could just be, you know, this whole like comedy thing there where a bunch of kids are gonna go out there and just do a bunch of stupid shit. and they're just gonna blame this made-up kid named Ricky Stanicky. Okay, this is how I think the movie should have gone. Okay, it's a
Ricky
movie
made
about,
a better movie already. That's better.
It's just about a bunch of kids who are going out there, this mischievous little shits, going out there, getting in trouble, doing stupid shit there, and every time they like shit's about to hit the fan, it just gets blamed on this made-up person. They made up this Ricky Stanicky. They'll eventually do something really, really fucked up, right? And like cops get involved. Well, cops end up finding some kid their age in town actually named Ricky Stanicky, who these kids didn't know actually fucking existed. And now they feel really bad about it. So now they got to figure out how to fucking get this kid, Ricky Stanicky, out of trouble without getting themselves in trouble in turn two. You say that would have been a much better fucking movie.
Yeah.
Rusty Shackelford. That's all I'm gonna say. That's,
You know what I
that's
mean?
they should have just done that. That's the theme of that episode. Turns out
Mhm.
Rusty Shackelford's a real kid, not a made up
Mhm.
name.
Exactly.
And they should have just done that. That's way better.
Yeah.
Like I said already, I was like, holy shit, Ricky did a better job with the movie. That's what we should do, Ricky. We need to just get somebody who's like willing to like type shit out and just do stuff and get them to type it out.
I mean, like, honestly, Eric, like, between us there, if I'm, like, super high and you're, like, drunk or whatever, you had some edibles there, we can create some seriously fucking hilarious dialogue.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
I came up
Because
with an
that
idea
right
for
there
a
is the hardest
cartoon.
part about any kind of, like, TV or movie or comic production there, is figuring out the fucking dialogue. And all we gotta do
Yeah.
is have some fucking poor sap who's forced to fucking sit there and type down everything we're fucking saying. And then eventually we just go
If
through
I
and
have
just
to hear one
consolidate
more
it.
script where they're talking about their therapy sessions because the writers go to therapy and that's all they
Jesus
talk about,
fucking Christ.
I don't
Like,
want to hear that anymore.
they
I was
don't-
actually thinking like they need to make like I thought of this because I had an edible the other night. Anyways, I was like, you know what'd be good is a fucking cartoon, like a Western, with a donkey as the main character, and he wears a cowboy hat. And he's like a tricky dude.
Call him Tricky Dick.
You know? Like a Columbo type where he seems kind of stupid, but he's
I don't-
actually like got a plan the whole time.
I
What?
don't know, Eric. He sounds like an ass to me.
Oh my
God
god.
damn it.
Kelly, you need to be involved in this because then we can get some puns in there, and there's got to be somebody who's really going to enjoy those.
I mean,
Just
and obviously, when I have an edible, I'm a comedic genius. So
That
No,
is
I'm
true.
just okay, like I'm just saying, like those just like stupid, like what the fuck did I just hear kind of puns there that Kelly's quite famous for saying there are absolutely fucking awesome. You know, like
Yeah.
and it's the fact is that like most of her puns, they can like be relatable and reach to a much broader audience than say like mine or your kind of style of comedy. You know what I mean? Like
Or a therapy
mine and your
humor.
style of comedy is like this shit isn't meant for the weak of mind. You know what I mean? Like
No, I mean I
if-
like that's not true. I love okay. I have 3 different of my favorite kinds. I like Rick and Morty, which is kind of what you're talking about.
No. What I'm saying is like the
And
kind
I
of comedy
also like-
that we make, that we create.
Oh
The kind
yeah,
of stuff
yeah,
that
that's
we
gonna
joke
be,
about isn't the kind
Yeah.
of shit that's like for the weak of mind. You know what I mean? Like
no.
oh,
if you're seeing a therapist because people made fun of you and it just really gets to you, you're probably
Yeah.
not going to be able to relate to
You're not gonna like
our
what we have to
brand
say.
of comedy. Okay, like
No.
we're gonna make you feel bad, and we're gonna be like, "What the fuck's wrong with that guy?" Because we're not gonna realize we made you feel bad. Because what the fuck do we care?
I also
know.
really love ridiculous comedy. Like
Yeah.
there's a scene in The Office where the guy's gonna jump off the building and he thinks that the trampoline's gonna save him. So the other guy's like, "We should test this out." So they get a watermelon, throw it on the thing, and it bounces over and blows up somebody's windshield. And the second they throw it off, their brains do the calculation of what the watermelon's gonna do. And you do too, when you watch the thing and you're like, no, boom, and it just makes me laugh because that's
Yeah.
like exactly what you would do as
Yeah.
a teenager. Like,
Like
oh, this is
you
a
do
fucking
it,
awesome
and then,
idea.
and then the moment like the ball is rolling and it cannot be stopped, that's when all
Yep.
the doubt sets in, and you're like, oh, this is bad. This is gonna fuck up. And then it happens. You're like, I fucking knew it. You know,
I was over at Simon at this kid's house, and he had a trampoline in his backyard. So we got up on the roof, and I thought it'd be a good idea to jump off on the trampoline and see how high you could go.
Makes sense.
Well, you know when you hit the edge of the trampoline, like
there's no bounce.
and it's if you hit it just right, you get a shitload of bounce, but it basically shoots you like straight, like horizontal because you hit so hard. So I jumped and realized I didn't push off the house good enough. And then I went, uh-oh. Then I hit the thing and I flew into this fence and I broke the neighbor's fence.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you what, the second I jumped off, my brain went, oh shit, you fucked up. You should have jumped off harder. Fuck.
Really, every time I've been in a situation where like I know I'm about to get hurt, like for like those like that like brief like second or millisecond before it happens, I'm not one of those people that like freaks out and just locks up and is like, oh no, like you will literally like hear me like say out loud, oh, this is gonna hurt, or oh well, I'm fucked. Like,
oh darn it.
Yeah, like out loud, like you will literally hear me just like, oh well, I'm fucked. This is gonna hurt. And then it happens, and I'm like, yep, I was right.
Yep.
I was fucking right. That fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many times, like, my friends sit there and look at me. He's like, if you had enough, like, wherewithal to say that right before, like, why did you stop yourself? It's like, because things are in motion.
Yeah,
how
you
am I
already
supposed
did
to
it.
stop
It already
myself?
happened.
Like, the ball is already rolling, bro. Like, there's
Besides,
no
what is he
stopping
gonna
past
do,
that
quit?
point.
No.
Yeah,
you don't
like,
quit.
it's like I can try to mitigate the damage, like, by being like, oh, okay, like, I'm about to break my fucking leg. Maybe, just fucking maybe, if I extend a little bit more and I crumple and try to roll when I land, I might mitigate some of this damage. And typically, I'm correct. It mitigates some of the damage. Like when I got hit by a car. Right before I got hit by a car, I looked over, here it is, speeding at me. I'm like, this is gonna fucking hurt. Bam! I get hit, I fly like 10 feet in the fucking air, do a front flip, and I land on my feet. And as I'm coming down, I'm watching myself drop, and I'm like, this landing is gonna hurt worse than me getting hit by the car because I'm so high up. I'm about to break my fucking leg. So I'm like, okay, like if I extend my feet out, and so that way I have like a couple more inches of like crumple zone there, when I land, I can crumple down and try to roll back. Like, and try to absorb some of this damage, right? And that's what I did. But see, when I initially landed and I was in the process of rolling back, well, the car was still moving forward, and so it ran over my fucking foot. That is what broke 2 bones in my foot. It wasn't the getting hit, it wasn't the landing. It was the fact that the car still rolled forward when I landed and rolled over my foot. Because I had to literally rip my foot out from underneath the fucking tire as it was rolling over it. That's what broke my foot. Like, I mean, it's just, you know, one of those things. They're like, you know, like...
Sometimes you get hurt.
Yeah, like...
And that shit hurts.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I still went to the Flogging Molly concert. I went to the ER the day after.
He only went because they made him go to the ER too. It's fine. His fucking foot won't fit in his shoe.
It won't.
I'm like,
it won't.
You got to go to the fucking hospital, man.
It won't.
You at least go get.
Did the hospital do anything for you besides give you pain meds?
They didn't give me any pain meds. They put me in a temporary cast.
Yeah.
And I was like, I fucking told you I didn't need to go. Just give me some fucking ace bandages, and I would have been fine. Because that's pretty much what they fucking just did to
ibuprofen,
me.
ace bandages, and something to drink. Some water.
Well, honestly, that's what
that's
what I told our friend that I was with. When I got hit by the cars, once we got back, I told him, I was like, all right, dude, like, I can't get up the stairs there because of the venue had stairs and that's where all the alcohol was at. And I was like, so, like, I'm just going to talk to this guard here and explain the situation, and hopefully he'll let me just drink my beer right here. So I had him go up there and buy me 2 beers, you know, because I talked to the guard there. I was like, yeah, I just got hit by a car, and I want to see the concert. My foot, my foot's pretty fucked up. Like, can I just drink my beers right here? He's like, you're the dude who got hit by the car. I saw that was fucking awesome. I'm like, yeah, dude, cool. Like, can I just, like, drink my beers? She's like, it's fucking cool. Like, are you hurt? I was like, I mean, my foot's a little fucked up, but I'm fine.
A little bit.
You know, so, like, the entire concert, I'm sitting there howling around. And, like, everyone in this fucking concert is randomly walking, like, you're the dude that got hit by the car. That's fucking so cool. Oh
Why
my
didn't you
Jesus
get? How did you
Christ.
not end up with your $50,000 retirement money like Lucky?
Well,
That was your goof up, dude. That's what he did.
I told him to get insurance information. He did not. I was like, "Did you
Oh
get
my
insurance
god, you could
information?"
have sued the
It
dog
was
shit off
some
of that
it was
guy.
some hot chick or some shit like that, and Ricky was like, "No,
no,
I
it was
know, I
some
get it.
fucking random fucking
I
chick who
get it.
fucking
That's
hit
fine.
me in some blue BMW. And, you know,
was there a dude in the car?
No, it was just her.
All right, I get it, man. You did just fine. There's nothing you could have done about it.
It's like there's nothing you could have done about it.
You couldn't have done anything about it.
You know, I mean, my adrenaline was still fucking pumping. I
I
wasn't
could get
fucking
hit
thinking
by
straight.
a normal lady, and if she starts crying, that's it for me. I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I got in your way. That was my bad."
fuck that bitch.
Now you know how to deal with Eric if he ever really pisses you off. Just hit him, then start crying, and he'd be like, "I can't stay mad at you."
Her crying works. It makes me mad at her sometimes because I'm like, "Is she doing this shit on purpose?
No.
Is she trying to get me to go easy on her? Is she plotting on me right now?"
Mm-mm. No.
Kel's like, no, don't be calling me out on my fucking shit, dude.
my God.
Seriously, shut
No,
the fuck
she did
up.
it once. She dinged up the pickup one time and she's
Ooh.
bawling and stuff, and it totally worked that time. So don't sit here and try and say you didn't do that because
Not
I
on
remember
purpose.
that.
No, because I intentionally told you about it in front of that guy you worked with, so you could be a little easier on me. But then it was so I
It
didn't
was
use
fine
that. To my
anyways. I
advantage.
thought that you had like a real accident with the way you were saying it.
Oh,
So I was
no,
worried that you were actually
I'm really
hurt.
bad. I'm hard of myself, so you know.
Yeah, it was just a little ding.
I sort of
That's
fucking
still
God.
there, you know.
It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? Be mad at her? Like, over that?
Yeah, shit happens.
So I get more mad at her over popping a tire.
Which I haven't done.
Then I have to fucking screw with the damn tire, and I hate that.
Oh. Tires do suck.
God, how many things have you guys ever done where you just wish you could be like, yeah, it was that dude's thing. He did it.
Oh my God.
Ricky Stanicky did it. Wasn't me.
Yeah?
I did that. I did blame it on a Ricky.
Yeah, he
And
did.
It worked a lot.
Constantly.
Once again, I'm going to say it again. It's not my fault. You were
Oh
too
my God.
dumb
I can't
to
hear a
figure
single
out.
thing right now. So if you're talking to me, I'm so sorry. My headphones
What?
just decided to quit.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Good.
All right, let's talk shit about Kelly since she can't hear us.
I haven't been able to hear you for the last So you're talking about the crying.
Weird.
Oh, that is weird.
I threw
Yeah,
his
Ricky, it's not.
computer into the
It is
river.
not my fault that you were too stupid to figure out how to get away with it. All right. Should have tried harder.
Screw you.
Hey, you didn't learn. You didn't learn ever. All right. You never learned. That's on you. All
It
right.
wasn't a matter of learning. It's the matter that you would get to mom first.
You could have told a better story.
And then
but
once you
didn't.
got to mom and you told her that it was my fault, that's all it took. That was it. Fucking show was
Plus,
over. Doesn't matter what the
Ricky,
fuck I
Coulda-
fucking
coulda
say.
told a better story.
Nah, I
It didn't
gotta
matter
say,
about the story.
if you're like, who's gonna be the fuck up, right? You look at Ricky or Steve. Nobody's buying Steve was the fuck up. It's just, listen,
Okay.
Ricky, I know what it's like. There was Robert and me. Okay?
Oh,
My brother'd be like, oh, what do you think? I started the fight? And my dad would just whoop my ass.
uh-huh.
And I'm like, I didn't fucking do that. Oh, yeah, you're always picking on your brother. Because Robert would literally walk over, punch me in the gut, and yell, Dad, Eric's picking on me.
Uh-huh.
And I never knew what to do because my dad would stomp in pissed off as hell. And I was like, well, there's
No,
nothing
yeah,
I
I
can
mean,
do about
like, you're
this.
more in shock. You're like, he's really gonna do this and get away with it. That piece of fucking shit.
It
Like
is what
I-
it is.
It's not like I did that. I didn't hit you and then say you're picking on me because that was
No,
because I was always
no,
much
I got
bigger
hit.
than you
no,
were.
no.
Then
no,
I got
no,
hit
no,
twice.
No. What you would do is you would hide a fucking folding chair under the blankets and then powerbomb me on it, breaking my fucking back, and then go tell fucking mom or whatever, like, he told me to do it. And then you get away with it. And then you do it again.
I'm pretty sure we
You
finished. the
seem
wrestling
fine to
match.
me.
Yeah, you're fine.
Actually, Ricky, I was there one time. You were egging him on. Like, yeah, dude, fucking powerbomb me, you little bitch.
Yeah, totally. Totally, sure. Sure.
Oh, that fucking made me laugh. Come on, you little bitch. Is that all you got?
You
I
fucking
heard you,
bitch.
dude. That's what you said.
Yeah, that's what you're hearing as I'm saying fuck off.
Yeah.
And then you would go and tell me, he's swearing. And I'm like, you fucking bitch.
Did he really?
Most of the time, yeah. Because he'd piss me off and he would do it. He would egg me on. Because he knew what would happen.
I gotta say,
I would have a
Ricky,
temper. And he would egg me on to get me to cuss at him. And obviously, I'm going to get really pissed because I have a really bad temper. And so I'd scream it at him. And the next thing here he is, fucking smiling and laughing, going like, haha, I got you in trouble because I pissed you off so much that you fucking sweared at me. And the only thing that our parents saw or heard was me telling him to go fuck himself or some shit. And I'm like, so you're not even interested in the reason why I'm so pissed off that I yelled at him and told him to fuck off. Like, you're not even interested in what he did to cause me to do this. No, that doesn't fucking matter. All that matters is that I fucking sweared. And then I get slapped across the mouth because I was swearing again and grounded.
Hey, Ricky, maybe you shouldn't have sworn so much.
I don't give a fuck.
I mean, the obvious solution would have been don't cuss.
I don't give a fuck.
It didn't work.
Well, you know what, Steven? Saying, screw you, you big meanie head, doesn't really have the same effect as fuck you, you piece of shit. Okay?
But it didn't have effect either way. Either way, it didn't have an effect. So
it made me feel better.
Until you got hit.
Until I got in trouble.
Yeah. So it sounds like you did it to yourself by not.
Yeah, see, and there you are trying to gaslight me, saying like, it was all your fault. I did nothing wrong. It was fucking Ricky Stanicky that did all this shit. I didn't do fucking nothing wrong growing up. I'm an angel child.
Ricky, and it's not like you didn't do bad stuff.
Oh,
all
I
the
did,
time.
but I did
all
my
the
shit out in the
time.
fucking woods.
Oh,
And
then
you
you
still
should just
got
look
caught.
at it like you were getting punished for something that you didn't get caught for, which is fine. If you look at it like that, it's a healthier way to look at it. That's what I did. I got away with a lot of stuff. And when I got punished for whatever Robert and Dan did, I was like, you know what? They didn't catch me for that other shit. It's fine. Is what it is, What am I going to do? Cry about it? It's fine. They got one over on me.
Swear fucking God.
To be honest, I was just happy they didn't narc me out when I fucking got shot in the eye with the BB gun. I was sure I was going to come back and one of them would have spilled the fucking beans. Because then I would have gotten, like, my eye shot out. Then my dad would have, like, drove down there and blustered to my grandma a whole bunch and fucking caused a big problem. And they wouldn't have talked ever again. And yeah, that would have been a fucking disaster. But they all kept their mouths shut, which was really good. Even though my grandpa knew good and well what the fuck happened. He looked right at me. Oh, you got hit in the eye with a stick, huh?
And
I was
that's
like-
the story.
I was like,
You're like,
Yeah.
damn, that's a good excuse. I wish I would have thought of
He was-
that.
he was in front of me. I had my head turned. I looked back and bam, the stick hits me right in the eye. And he's like, okay. And that was it. I was like, well, he didn't ask. He didn't push it. So he probably realized what my dad was going to do,
No follow-up
which was going to be like, what the hell are you doing down there? How'd you let him do that? You know that kid's too stupid to be, at his own devices. I was like 15. Which, I mean, fair point. Like, I did get shot in the eye with a BB gun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's not wrong.
True. True.
Oh man.
Did you guys ever blame anything on anybody else that they did, but you actually did it? Like
Steven did it all
that?
the
Like
time.
something real bad?
Nothing real bad. There was never anything like really bad.
No, that's not super bad.
I mean, I burned like a friend's yard down, but I didn't blame it on anybody else. We just took care of it before anybody saw it. So,
Yeah,
Oops.
I did that too.
yeah.
We're out there in this field behind some old lady's house that I used to do yard work for, and we're out there playing, and we had a lighter, and had a light breeze, right? Not super light breeze there, and my friend reaches down and lights the lighter. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he lights this blade of grass on fire, and then the wind picked up a little bit there, and what started out as one blade of grass lit on fire turned into like a 20-foot diameter circle that was quickly burning. And I'm like, oh shit. So we tried stomping it out, getting water like in some buckets from a nearby.
You guys stood there and looked at it ADD style, didn't you? Like this.
And then, we tried putting it out, and then we realized we're not putting this out. And so then we started hearing some sirens in the distance, and I was like, dude, we gotta leave. And he was like, no, like, we gotta put the fire. I was like, dude, we gotta leave. And so I grabbed and we rushed off up the hill into the woods, deeper in the woods, and kind of just like spent the rest of the day up there as we slowly circled pretty much around the outskirts of Paradise, like through like the Feather River Canyon trails there, and came back around. We're like, yeah, no, we were down like near the hospital all day.
Somebody started a fire? What kind of a piece of shit would do that?
Like, damn, so started a fire? Like, what the fuck? Like, crazy.
I heard a bunch of sirens. Is everybody okay? What happened?
Mm-hmm. Wow, like there's reports of 2 kids running away from the scene. Like, I don't know who those kids were, but they're probably in some deep shit.
Probably the O'Sullivans. They did it. Might have been an O'Doyle. I don't know. Definitely an Irish kid. One of them had red hair.
Oh, damn Irish kids. Like, see, I don't have red hair. See, I have a hat on. I don't have
I had
red
a hat
hair.
on all day. They wouldn't have known about my red hair.
Exactly.
Plus, I wasn't there.
Yeah, I wasn't even there. I don't know what you're talking about. There was a fire. Used to me.
Yeah, I did.
God, that lying was so fucking awkward. Oh, God. Because the whole time you're like, wait, what do they know?
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, that's why you
can't.
You just gotta play dumb throughout. You just because eventually they're gonna let information slip, and they let something slip. You're like, wait a minute, that happened? Like what? The hell are you talking about? And they realize like, oh, maybe this kid really doesn't know anything.
Yeah, I was pretty careful not to start any fires other than the one fire I did start.
Other than the one you did start.
Well, it was that one. That one wasn't like we were lighting stuff on fire. We were shooting fireworks at each other.
Naturally.
And as it turns out, like, it's a good thing we weren't shooting guns at each other because we would have shot through the, we didn't realize there's other stuff behind us.
No?
And I didn't shoot the firework that set the house on fire.
You didn't shoot the
I
sheriff?
was just participating in the activity.
Mm-hmm.
So the other kid's firework lit up in this guy's roof, which had a bunch of pine needles in it, and started his house on fire, and they all ran like assholes. I'm like, no, because there was a hose right there. So I put the fire out most of the way, and then this fucking old dude fucking cranked me in the head with his fucking cane, about dropped me to my knees. I mean, it really rung my bell.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing on my lawn? I was like, he's like, we asked, like, what are you playing with my hose for? Which, in retrospect, was pretty funny, but at the time, I was like, this fucking old guy's a nutcase.
I mean, being up there in that area, especially in that era, what do you expect?
But yeah, I was like, yeah, your house was on fire. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah. So I tried lying. I'm like, yeah, I live over there. And I heard those kids playing with fireworks. And then I woke up and I seen your house was on fire. I ran out and I saved it. And he's like, that house is fucking abandoned, buddy.
Nice.
Like, fuck. Ugh, shit. And if I would have been said it now, I would have been like, what are you having shit to say about my house?
Right? I was like, fuck
That's
you.
a move.
Like, sorry, I don't live in the fucking mansion fucking
I don't live
that you live in.
Yeah.
You know?
What, Mr. High Horse fucking toilet made of gold over here?
Your fucking double wide mansion over here, you know. Like, I bet your house fucking has fucking tires that still have air in it.
Oh, fuck.
Mr. fucking Richie Rich.
Damn it. Oh man.
I bet you never had to flush your toilet with the fucking 2 liter of stale Mountain Dew. Fucking rich piece of shit.
God damn it.
Like over here, like I have to share a goddamn litter box with my fucking cat. All right, like you over here eating fucking goddamn spam for fucking dinner. Over here eating fucking wet cat food. Bastard.
Ricky's turned into Charlie. Oh man. Yeah. But we didn't have any. Yeah, I don't think anything that was blamed on somebody else was really bad. It was never like something that serious. Not lighting some fucking house on fire. Didn't really do any like dog shit in a bag.
Oh, I did that.
On somebody's
I had enough
porch.
experience cleaning up dog shit. I was like, I'm not touching it.
Yeah, no, I definitely did that too.
I
Except for I was stupid and I did it at a school. I knew like where the teacher was at, like, and I hated the teacher, and so I lit a bag of dog shit on fire.
Did you pick up the dog shit with your bare hand?
No, Steven, of course not.
This is time number 2 of him admitting to picking it up with his bare
How
hand.
am I admitting to it? I just said no.
That's what you did. Ricky, you couldn't plan your way out of a paper bag.
Bullshit.
If you lived in a scissor factory, you couldn't plan your way out of a paper bag. You'd be in the paper bag and go, "Oh shit! I really wished I would have thought of bringing those scissors."
I
with
don't
me.
own
That guy
the
only told
scissors.
me
I don't
he was gonna
own
stick me.
those fucking scissors, Eric. All right, if I were to use them, that would be considered theft. All right.
No, you own the. That's the whole point. Is you own the factory.
You think I can fucking afford to buy those fucking scissors? Okay, no, I
Yeah.
can't. They're fucking expensive. Okay.
Oh yeah, you can afford them. You just gotta be willing to do it.
It's a QC, Ricky. You're just checking, make sure the scissors work. You gotta test one every 1,000 or whatever, just to make sure.
It's a perk of living there.
Yeah, well now I gotta wait for.
Unless you'd be borrowing them because you'd still be in the thing. You'd just be in a paper bag in the scissor factory. And you'd be like, wow, what a conundrum I've been in. This guy warned me he was going to stick me in a paper bag. I live in a scissor factory. I'm not going to leave the scissor factory.
It was
the
a
entire
paper
time.
bag.
I'm just going
from
to be in a
Rayleigh's,
paper
bro.
bag.
Okay, it was the most expensive thing that I owned because it was from Rayleigh's, which we all know is a rich person fucking grocery store. Okay.
Damn it, Ricky. Oh man. Let's see. What rating should you give this movie?
Let me think. 2.5 stars. Does that seem fair? That's not too low, is it?
That's fine.
That seems about right.
Kelly's mic is off.
Okay, I was trying not to cuss out when I was trying to figure out my audio problem. So, rating again would be 2, please.
Okay.
I'll give this a 1.5. It was pretty fucking boring.
I gave this 3 stars. Next week's movie is Kelly's Choice. What are you gonna choose?
Well, Steve, good question. What?
That was so funny. It sounded like you two were in a newscast.
Oh, we should start
What's
one.
going to
We
be
should do
your
a
choice,
newscast.
Kelly? Back to you.
I want to stack papers all cool and pretend like I don't know the camera's back on me. And oh, sorry about that. I love those things.
We do the laughing, like talking afterwards. You know, when all the mics are down, stuff like that.
The thing scrolling and we're coughing. Okay, anyways. Yeah. Oh, so Eric says he's never seen this movie. I call bullshit. That's what I'm saying, Ricky.
It's a lie.
Because, anyways, but Steve said we haven't done it for the podcast, and if we did, it was a long time ago because there's no record of it.
Yep.
But so we're just gonna pretend we haven't, and it is Office Space.
All right.
Office Space 1999
Probably.
Yes.
with the dude that looks like Bubbles.
Yeah.
Looks like
Sure.
it'd be Bubbles' like brother.
Yeah. That's Bill Dauterive's voice.
All
Right?
right.
That guy is a fucking phenomenal actor.
Yeah, Stephen Root is fucking great.
He could
Yeah.
do anything.
What his name is? Stephen Root. Okay,
Yeah.
yep, Stephen Root.
Like you look at Bill Dauterive versus the guy he plays in that radio show with Joe Rogan. I can't remember the
News
name
Radio?
of it now.
His radio.
Yeah, News Radio. Completely different dude. Bill Dauterive with this other guy that's because I've seen clips of him, kind of similar, but not really. Because Bill Dauterive is not a psycho.
No.
He's just a lovable guy who's down on his
He
luck.
has his moments, though, doesn't he?
No, not of being a psycho. I mean,
Hmm.
he did plow his fucking neighbor's wife, which was fucked up. That is what happened. Like, you look at Bobby and Bill; they're the same fucking guy.
True.
Well,
How
no,
the
what
fuck
it
is an
is.
all-American running back?
Okay,
gonna
look,
make
what it
that
is.
kid?
What it is, because Hank has the narrow urethra and Peggy wanted a kid, so she knew Hank wasn't actually gonna be able to like get her pregnant, so she went behind his back and fucked Bill and then had a kid.
That's exactly right, dude. That's the internet plot.
Well,
And as it turns out, she basically made let's see, because Bill is also Cotton's son.
mm-hmm.
So Hank is raising his nephew, his biological nephew.
Uh-huh.
Which, I mean, how they haven't just, like, I really hope if they do a King of the Hill 30 years later, they just embrace that internet thing and have everybody be, and then have, like, Dale be like, I knew the whole time.
How are they
The
going to
whole
do that
time.
one though?
At
AI.
John Redcorn's funeral.
Yeah, but how are they going to do the Dale though? Because he's
AI.
actor's not alive anymore.
AI can do it all. Can make the entire fucking series do by itself.
Oh, they get somebody to do it with a with one of those smoking things.
Oh, so
Because Dale smokes and
yeah.
you know the I knew the whole time, Nancy.
be like Ned from South Park.
Yeah. Yep.
All right,
I knew the whole time, Nancy.
next week we'll watch Office Space. Come back 7:00 p.m. Pacific time over on youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions. Check us out next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, hopefully, for some Vigi games. 6:00 p.m. Pacific time over on twitch.tv/TargeterPlays and youtube.com/TargeterPlays. That'll be it though. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.